Hello, everyone. I hope you've already had your first morning coffee to better absorb the fascinating stuff that you will hear from my colleagues. My name is Maciej Bukowski. I am an expert at BGK, Polish National Development Bank, and I'm here today with my colleague Marta, also a manager from the bank, and who will tell you about our flagship 3W program, as well as Kasia and Piotr from our partner green tech firms Food4Tech and Naiad Water Investments, will explain you the cutting-edge water-related solutions. Each will present, and we will then leave the Q&A for the end. So without further ado, I am launching the presentation and handing it over to Marta.
Hi, hello. My name is Marta Saracen. I'm an ESG specialist, and I'm here to introduce you to idea 3W world and explain you how these three crucial elements are important. Can you switch the full screen mode?
Yep, I'm trying. Yeah, there we go.
Thanks. So, next slide, please. I will start with the context of the 3W initiative. We are living in very interesting times. We are facing in the same time a lot of uncertainty and complexity in our daily lives. We are also affected by black swans like global COVID-19 pandemic, high rates of inflation, or for the first time in decades in Europe, full-scale armed conflict in Ukraine. On the other hand, we are a development bank, so we need to be on top of the trends to be able to face these challenges ahead of us. So we are looking for synergies, partnership, and innovations to be able to choose the best solution. Thanks to these observations, we now can say that from our perspective, the most three important resources in the future will be water, hydrogen, and carbon, because they've got unique potential for the synergies. Next slide, please. We are at the World Water Forum, so I don't need to explain you why water is the crucial element. So I will just make one remark from Polish perspective. In Poland, we've got very limited resources, water resources, just like Egypt level. Just give you the number, 1,600 cubic meters per year per person in Poland is the number of resources. So it's very small amount. We've got also hydrogen. We can call it a fuel of the future because it's high efficiency. And it's really important from our regional perspective because our region is well known from basing the energy mix on fossil fuels. Hydrogen got also many non-energetic applications too, so it's really a good element to combine it with other sectors. And the biggest advantage of hydrogen is availability. Hydrogen is one of the most common elements on the universe. 70% of the matter in the universe is made from hydrogen, so it's easy to obtain it. And the last but not least, the carbon. This is the element that we've got a lot of in Poland, but we need to find a way to use it more sustainably. For sure, the future is in cyber revolution, so we can use it as a nanotechnology next generation breakthrough. And for that matter, it will be likely the most significant driver in 3W as a synergy part. Next, please. Oh, too fast. If you could go back. On these elements, we based the crucial initiative in our bank. So the 3W idea, which is coming from Polish words woda, wodór, węgiel. And on this base, we want to combine these three elements in our strategy. Next slide, please. So what we want to achieve? First of all, we want to accelerate the commercialization of 3W innovations. That's why we support the transformation towards net zero and carbon neutral economy. One of the key elements is developing social awareness around these topics, because it's not common to combine them and search synergies on this area. And how we will do it. Next slide. We've got 5 pillars of our idea for our actions. First of all, it's integration, the community. We want to create a link between science, business and administration, but also a society. We want to coordinate as an umbrella approach these communities to provide better collaboration between public business and institutions, but also startups and financial partners, not only in Poland, but worldwide. That's why we create a multi-layer support to dedicate tools and programs for the idea 3W. One of the big part of this project is also raising social awareness, but through gathering and sharing knowledge, but also we educate inside and outside of 3W ecosystem. We created a center of 3W innovation. We've got 3W Council, but also we are preparing the platform for 3W community. The next slide. The big part of the idea for the important part are synergies. So I would like you to use your phones and enter the Menti to just answer for us for one question. Maciej, could you open the Menti, please, for me? Okay, so we have the question about the way we can see synergies between the different elements in our 3W idea: water, carbon, hydrogen. These are the elements that can work together. And as an example, I will give you the floor to my colleague Kasia Pala. She will explain you a bit more about the... okay. Some technical issues. But Kasia will shortly explain you how we can use win-win solutions connected to water, but also other elements like carbon or hydrogen. Just a few seconds, and I think we can move on to Kasia's part. So Maciej, if you will be so nice and open the presentation. Oh, something technical is happening. So if you can open the presentation, we will move to Kasia.
Yes.
Kasia's part. So Kasia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Marta. So before Maciej will run out the presentation, I will introduce myself and our strategy. So I represent Food4Future Technologies and Water Science and Technology Institute. The first one is a company, commercial company. The second is the public institute, and we are dealing with this is why we are here in Stockholm, Water Week, because we are dealing with water, and we are focusing in using the water in the sustainable food production. If we have the presentation, but I can. I have
a tiny technical issue. I'm going back to it just a second.
Okay, so maybe I will move on.
Yes, we are at it. My apologies.
Okay, so Yeah, no problem. Next slide, please. Not this one. Next. Oh yeah, this one. So, oh
This one or this one?
Previous one. Thank you very much. Yes. So very quickly, because why food security and why food for future? Because now currently we are facing four main challenges in food security. First one is secured availability, which is connected with the seasons, with the extreme weather conditions, which we are facing now with climate changes, etc. Food safety regarding the food production, but also secured supply chains, which are very obvious, especially now when after Russian invasion into Ukraine, but also security of the food quality, because we produce a lot of food, especially in our of course in modern high developed countries in Europe, in United States, in Canada, etc. There is plenty of food, but the food is very low quality, which implicates also a lot of diseases which influence our health system. Next slide, please. So, as I said, we are focusing on sustainable food production, and aquaponic or aquaculture or hydroponics, so closed recirculation systems, can be a part of the solution. I'm not saying that this is perfect solution, because it isn't. I know that, but it can be and can solve a part of the problems. And aquaponic, in principle, this is a connection of aquaculture module, which is a module for the food for the animal farming, and hydroponic module, which is a module for the plant farming. If we combine it together, we obtain aquaponic when we have also the circulation of water, but also the matter, and it gives us a lot of benefits in terms of the energy system, nutrition, etc. One off topic, very nice connection or very nice option in here in such systems is algae-ponic systems, when one of the tanks contains algae. So this is superfood in our times. Next slide, please. And as I said before, it can solve a part of the problems in the food production, because it reduces supply chains. We are developing a small aquaponics or aquaculture or hydroponics farm, which can be placed inside the city. So we can produce the food near the client. So we are reducing CO2. Because it is recirculation aquaculture system, we are reducing the usage of water, and even at least 90% of water can be safe in comparison to the traditional agriculture. Land also saving, because of vertical farming, we can save also 90% of the land usage in traditional agriculture is really huge. And what is the most important, I think, because it is closed, completely controlled system, we are not using pesticides, antibiotics, and other chemicals which can influence our health. We are producing healthy, sustainable food. Next slide, please. So in summary, our unique value proposition is that we are not influencing the environment, because it is closed system, and the environment is not influencing in our food. So this is why we do not have to fight with bugs, let's say, and this is why the food is really healthy. So we are very close to the client. We can deliver fresh, sustainable food to our customer, and it implicates the restoration of the natural resources. Next slide, please. And having that in mind, we can imagine so-called agrihoods. This is a new trend in the urban development and in the cities development. This is creating green areas in the cities when people can meet, but can also produce food. And if we can imagine that the small aquaculture, aquaponics, and hydroponics farm can be profitable, then we can convince the local environment, local entrepreneurs to set up the small and medium companies and produce the food inside the city, creating green areas, meeting spaces, but also creating workspaces. Next slide, please. And we in Wrocław and in Oslo, because we have a very nice common grant, Polish-Norwegian grant, when we are developing small aquaponic farm in both cities. Here, this is the farm in Wrocław. We have designed, developed, and built the farm. And now we are measuring the whole parameters in the farm. We are also providing educational programs for the children and adults in order to spread the knowledge about the sustainable food production, about how it works and why it is so important. And next slide, please. And this is also the farm in Oslo. It is located near the high school. So we are gathering the data in order to prove that this farm can be profitable. If not, what to do to make it profitable and to spread such concept around our part of Europe. And next slide, please. And in the end, in the company, in Food4Future company, we are also producing sustainable food or food systems for food production. And a part of that, we are also an initiator of the program of building aquaculture park, technology park in this part of Europe, because we know that aquaculture is highly developed in the countries like, for example, Norway, but it's not so developed, and there is still lack of new technologies in our part of Europe. So we are initiating the program between Poland, our region, and Nordland in Norway in order to build such technology park, in order to develop the new technologies which will be suitable for the sustainable food production. And in terms of water and in terms of this technology, of course, artificial intelligence is very useful and very much connected. And this topic will be covered by my colleague, Piotr, who is also here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Kasia. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Piotr Wróblewski. As a CEO of Night Water Investment and 3W Project Representative, I'm excited to introduce you to Nayat Irrigation app, a great groundbreaking innovation that contains the power of artificial intelligence, as Kasia said, blockchain technology, and nature-inspired algorithms to revolutionize the agricultural water management. In cooperation with Polish BGK Bank, we are developing the technologies that will support water management in agriculture. So we are concentrated on fields that are outdoor. Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence is the heart of our endeavor. It plays a pivotal role in optimizing water management by predicting the demand pattern and identifying the potential shortages and excesses. AI will enhance water distribution, minimize the losses, and optimize water treatment processes by analyzing the vast amount of data from sensors, water forecasts, and historical trends. Artificial intelligence also leads to better resource utilization, cost effectiveness, and more sustainable water processes in that area. Can we go with another slide, please? Yes, and with the help of artificial intelligence, we save from 30 to 50% of water in the fields outside, and also we're reducing the fertilizers from 20 to 30%. Can we go to the next slide, please? Blockchain technology is employed to further enhance agricultural water management. Smart sensors and IoT devices collect the real-time data on soil moisture and crop needs, security recorded on the blockchain. Can we go to another slide, please? Smart contracts automate water allocation and distribution, allowing farmers in the future to trade even the water rights efficiently. The blockchain technology is transparent and tamper-proof records to empower the regulation, also to enforce water-saving regulation efficiency. Blockchain technology revolutionized the agricultural water management, promoting the sustainability and productivity. Can we go to another slide, please? Nature-inspired algorithms are the secret weapon of our optimizing irrigation strategies. The algorithms like genetic algorithms and colony optimization and particle swarm optimization algorithms mimic the natural process to find the most optimal solution by emulating natural behaviors. Can we go to the next slide, please? Those algorithms aid in water conservation, maximizing agricultural productivity. They also adapt to change the environmental conditions and ensuring that sustainable water management in agriculture will be the fact. Okay, can we go to another slide? Our application identifies factors from irrigation effectiveness, minimizing the input while maximizing the water utilization. Sensors measure water pressure, soil water content, and salinity, providing the precision control of the plant growth conditions in every plant growth stage. Nayat irrigation is the future of sustainable agriculture, we think, and it combines cutting-edge technologies with nature wisdom. In conclusion, our purpose is to revolutionize agricultural water management and offering efficient and sustainable solution for that. Together, let's embark our journey to transform the way we manage of our most precious resources, that is the water. Thank you very much. I will give you my voice back to Maciej.
Thank you very much, Piotr, and thank you all to this wonderful overview of the topics covered. I apologize for the inconvenience that happened that did not allow us to share the energies eventually. Sometimes technicalities is just beyond us. But as you see still, the last slide, I suppose, here are the addresses of all the institutions involved in today's presentation, and I strongly invite you to contact us should you have any requests for insights, or otherwise we want to learn more about what we and our partners do. And having said that, should we check the Q&A list, which Martin, would you be so kind to tell us if there may be on the other platform where questions which no questions thus far? Righty. Well then, as there are no questions, I believe I would like to simply thank you all for participation, and I hope you found it insightful. The presentation of Marta, Kasia, and Piotr, and certainly what our partners do is of much added value to the overall development of water solutions, in line with the theme of this year's Stockholm meeting. Oh, actually there is one. This is a translation somehow directly from into Polish, but as I translated back to English, I think what this should mean is jakie są wskaźniki sukcesu systemów, meaning what are the indicators of system efficiency then? Question by Paul Wosterhoff. Is it addressed to anyone in particular, Paul, or just a question for all of us? No indication yet in this regard. Maybe if any of my colleagues would like to somehow take the floor. In other words, I suppose Paul what meant to say that he asked about how do we measure the efficiency of your solutions.
So maybe I will get this answer, okay?
Sure.
We're doing the test like 3 years right now in our application on the fields with one of the Polish universities, University of Sielce, and we compare like all the data that we have from the years that we didn't like engage our solution to that test, and we can measure how everything's changed with our solution and without them. So we have like the sensors, the IoT sensors that are like connected to the main solution and gathering the data, and we are analyzing that data, and after that we getting the results. So this is in the shortcut.
Wonderful. Paul addresses the question to everyone, and also means to highlight each element, water, food, energy, that separately they're all easy to assess, but how do you combine them into a single metric? Anyone else wants to hop in? Kasia, Marta?
I think this is more specific question for the food project. So Kasia, probably you will be the best person to explain how you can combine all these elements as water use, food production, and energy use. Oh, Kasia, I've got some technical issue with mic opening. Oh, Kasia, can you speak to us?
Oh, yes. Now you can hear
me.
me.
Great. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so perfect. Sorry.
You can answer this question.
Yeah, sorry, I had a problem with the internet, but I'm here right now. So once again, what was the question? That's how we are combining them into the single metric regarding the water, food, and energy. Yeah, this is a very good question. And of course, there is no one single metric which we can put it all of these elements together. But food, water, and energy, we can combine it into one. Let's say it is called food, water, energy nexus, because all of these elements can provide to creating the perfect solution for the sustainable food production and sustainable water management. But it is, of course, impossible to use the single metric for all of them. The best option is to make the circulation of water, circulation of the matter, and energy resources taken from, of course, natural resources or green energy, using green energy for the food production. So that would be the perfect solution in the future. And we are very close to provide it. We as a people, not only our company, but I'm thinking about the current development stage of the different technologies. We are very close to provide such solutions.
Great, thank you. I think Paul also followed up with another question. What kind of projects do you have in the pipeline and do you support currently? I think you did mention a bunch, but maybe you want to say something else about what you are envisioning in terms of next steps, for instance?
Yes, of course. So in Food4Future Technologies, now we are focusing on aquaculture closed recirculation systems. And currently we have the small, let's say small, this is of course commercial system for the for the different species. But we would like to scale it up because we believe that, let's say, only scale can save us. The solutions in a small scale are really nice and good for the testing. But if we are thinking about the real change and the real influence on the environment and on the change, on the changing the world in terms of the food production, it must be on a bigger scale. So this is why now we are gathering the partners in Poland, and not only from Poland. We are gathering partners from Poland, from Norway, from Germany, from Czech Republic, for example, maybe from Spain, to build, to scale it up and to build this aquaculture park, which I showed on the presentation, and to build a more sustainable food production, which would be spread into big scale.
Wonderful, thank you. Piotr, anything else you would like to add in terms of what you yourself are doing or thinking about doing in the near future?
Yes, now we are working on the carbon credit side of the application that will count the carbon credits in the process that we are reducing, and it will show the more value for the companies to get more sustainable development. And we are optimizing now the processes, not only connected to the water, but also, like I told, to fertilizers, energy, to did all the process more sustainable and more efficient. So yeah, the carbon credits is our next target as a building to another add to the app.
Sure, thank you. I think, given that we're running out of time, but we're sharp near 10. Yes. Then we're going to wrap up. But again, I'd like to thank all. And yeah, see you certainly around for this event next year, as well as other events of the kind, because the water story will be unfolding in the years to come with our participation and input, hopefully. So thank you again, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Martin, apologies for that thing, but at some point